New York State made a rule when they legalized cannabis that if you wanted to open a dispensary, one or more principal applicants must have been convicted of a marijuana-related crime in New York State. Good evening, I'm Mary Alice Demler.
And hello everyone, I'm Scott Levin, and it's that little detail regarding a crime in New York State that has caused a federal judge now to issue an order pausing the state from issuing any licenses. Two on your sides, Nate Benson joins us now in studio. Now, Nate, this legal case could cause a pretty big ripple effect in the cannabis industry, right?
Yeah, that's right, Scott. Mary Alice, there's a lot of concern right now from those in the cannabis industry that were hoping to open their businesses by the end of the year. That's because the executive director of the Office of Cannabis Management all but promised that could happen.
We'll have sales before the end of this calendar year.
But a ruling from a federal judge in New York Thursday has thrown a wrench in the plans of those seeking a dispensary license. The state had hoped to issue those licenses by November 21st.
However, a lawsuit was filed earlier in the year saying that the requirements that the cannabis conviction become from New York as opposed to outside of the state of New York was unconstitutional.
The lawsuit was filed by Verisight NY1, and where the legal questions arise here is one of the principal applicants was convicted of a marijuana-related crime outside of the state. The law passed in New York says the conviction of an applicant had to occur in the Empire State.
In issuing this injunction, the court determined that it was likely that they would proceed on that constitutional claim and enjoined the Office of Cannabis Management from issuing any licenses in the 5 regions.
That includes the Finger Lakes, Central New York, Brooklyn, Mid-Hudson, and right here in Western New York. But further adding frustration to applicants.
The other 9 are still in play.
Meaning technically, the Office of Cannabis Management could still issue licenses to the other regions, but that's not clear yet. We reached out to the office to answer questions about that, but they said in a statement in part they don't comment on pending litigation. We spoke with an applicant from the Finger Lakes area who was optimistic that, if issued a license, he could open up his shop by the end of the year.
There could be some major financial consequences from this being delayed, and it's a shock.
Specifically, cultivators losing crop because they can't sell to dispensaries in time. The federal judge that issued this injunction, however, was deliberate in not ruling on the legality of recreational cannabis and is mostly looking at this case from a commerce perspective.
The Constitution gives Congress the power to regulate commerce and doesn't want each individual state outlining rules as to who can do business and where.
I did reach out to Assembly Majority Leader Crystal Peoples' office, and she played a crucial role in getting cannabis legalized in the state, but her office did not respond to my messages. In the studio, Nate Benson, Channel 2 News.
Nate, thank you.